Rang dang digga da dang a dang, baby. Rang dang digga da dang a dang. Cause white lines go away. Hurrah! Ticket to ride. White Line Highway. Tell all your friends they can go my way. Pay your toll, sell your soul. Pound for pound, worth more than gold. Hey everybody, how are you? Hello, friend who's just signed on. Please don't go away. I'm here alone in my car, as I am every Tuesday, for the move back with your friend, King Lou. That's me. I'm sitting in my car, as always, across the street from my apartment. I have moved the car successfully from that side of the street to this side of the street to avoid a parking ticket. This is ostensibly, is that right? Yeah, ostensibly why we're here every week. You think holiday week, they'd maybe give us a break. No, you only get breaks for Jewish holidays, sometimes a Muslim holiday, federal holiday. But other than that, I guess Thanksgiving. But it's not on Thanksgiving, the day proper. Oh, isn't that nice, Lisa, that you prefer Uncle Lou? I am an uncle to my brother's son, but I rarely see him, so it's sad for me. But thank you for joining me once again. I hope you're having a lovely week. Here in New York, it's dark. It's actually warm. It's unseasonably warm. It's according to my car thermometer. It's 55 degrees outside. So, of course, I'm in shorts because I wear shorts as long as I can. Let me see who else is watching. Can I see? You can watch. It's Laird. Laird is watching. Oh my goodness. Laird and I used to be on a dart team, and he now lives in a totally different state. I have not seen Laird for quite a while, but it's nice to know that he's watching. Who else? Someone else joined. Let's see. It's Eric Holden. So we've got 3 different states tuning in, and none of them are from New York. Seattle, I think. Lisa, I know. All right, I think you're in LA. You may be traveling. Yeah, you were in Vegas recently, I think. And then Laird is somewhere on the East Coast, but further down. I want to say one of the Carolinas or Atlanta. I'm not sure. But feel free to correct me, because I like to have the right information when I'm talking about people. I mean, I can make it up if you want. I'm great at making up lies about people. If you met me in high school, I could have told crazy lies about you or myself. It was a real fun thing to do. People like to, spread misinformation about you. High school stuff. Now I don't do it because it turns out when you lie about people as an adult, and it gets back to them, sometimes it can have repercussions, and I'm not into that. I like to live a repercussion-free life, which means that when I do bad things, I make sure I get away with it, and that often means killing people. So I don't do that kind of thing very often. Not to say that I don't do it. I like to leave the threat of me being a murderer on the table. So, how are things with everybody? And remember, if you want to do a call in, you can always call in. Last week, we had a delightful call with Lisa, which then we deleted because the topics became too hot to talk about. Don't want to break any TOS with Facebook on the salaciousness. Not to say that we were talking about salacious topics, but, hot topic, Hot Pockets. Did anybody out there ever eat Hot Pockets? Like when they came out? When they came out, I thought it was pretty great. A new way to eat pepperoni in a microwave form. But, after about a month of eating Hot Pockets, not straight, but, occasionally being like, hey, I'll have Hot Pockets for dinner tonight. I looked at that calorie count and was just like, oh, geez, not a good idea for anybody to eat a Hot Pocket. Yeah, I look back at those days and can't believe what I used to eat. Pretty gross. We were just talking about my college roommate who is unfortunately under the weather with cancer, and we were talking about him because we found out his diagnosis. But when I lived with him, I used to be like, oh boy, ground beef, 99 cents a pound. I'll buy 3 pounds of it. And then I freeze it, and it'd get freezer burn, and then I'd make like Hamburger Helper. And it was like, oh, this is all I'm eating. It's something that I look back and I'm just like, I could have eaten a carrot. I could have had a pepper. I could have had an apple. Straight meat diet. Or meat and carbs. But carb freaking out wasn't a big deal back then. Now everyone's keto diet, this diet. For me, it was Doritos and milk. Doritos and milk diet. Oh, and occasionally a lot of pizza diet, which is a fun thing to think about. Let's see. There's one extra person watching, but it won't show me who it is, and then they left. Oh, how sad. Oh, there you go. Oh, good. Well, I'm glad to see that Lisa's in LA. Oh, you're living in Tennessee. Holy macaroni. Wow, everyone's traveling around. I'm naming places that people are going. I'm only catching up on the text messages now. So I see, I mentioned, oh, you're talking, sorry, I'm catching all these messages are coming in now. I never ate the microwave French fries, I have to say. I don't believe so. I did eat a lot of, the Hot Pockets. I mean, yeah, they were good, but then like, and especially they kind of got like that weird over microwave bread hardness that's like not necessarily unpleasant, but not necessarily a great thing to chew. You know, eventually you wear it down, but it's like with that weird overly burned flaky or overly microwave flaky crust or whatever they make it out of. But my real addiction when I was 18 was old El Paso microwavable burritos. And God knows why. They were like, I used to go to the Century, which is a grocery chain, or was a grocery chain in Milwaukee, and every single day be like, oh, 2 of those burritos, and like heat them up. And they were, I mean, delicious. My mouth is watering just thinking about them. Spicy, just, you know, whatever gross bean mixture they had in there. And I used to eat those, but it was like fucking lava inside. Like, you know, you take a bite and it would be like onto your leg, and it would like burn you, and you'd have to be like, oh my god, like, and it was like napalm, so it was like, you know, sticky and couldn't get it off you. But I ate that, and I ate one of my best college moments, early in college moments, was that the Century mislabeled in their computer system 12 packs of it must have been Mellow Yellow, I think. So they were 99 cents a 12 pack, and so I went every day and bought a 12 pack of Mellow Yellow until someone was like, oh, that doesn't seem right. And so I did not keep getting to buy Mellow Yellow, thanks to a very on point cashier who caught the mistake. Now, of course, I would have preferred that she didn't catch the mistake, but I understand that it's, you know, theft of some variety. But when I think about how much of those bean burritos escaped onto my pants in their lava form, kind of an even Steven thing, because I lost a lot of my beans. People say I'm losing my beans. But yeah, so that was my big coup, was being able to get 12 sodas for $1. It's a good price. And then years later, I joined Sam's Club, where I would go and buy, you know, a pallet of tortilla chips, which is also a bad diet decision. But at the time, I was mountain biking so much it didn't matter. But then I moved back to New York. Less mountain biking, more pizza, and still chips. And I became the wonderful Man Mountain you see before you. Yeah, that's funny that Laird moved to Tennessee. I know other people in Tennessee, but not that well. Nashville, I think that's where my high school friend went. And I've only been there once to go to the Tunica, Mississippi casinos when the sketch comedy group that I was in with Dustin went to like Improv and Sketch Fest at the Comedy Cellar at some thing. Oh, hello, cousin John. Nice to see and hear from you. Hear or read from you. Thanks for tuning in. I'm in my car, as you can see, for my weekly Moving the Car celebration. It's a lot of fun. If you want to show your children what living in the big city is like, this is it. Sitting in my car so I don't get a ticket. It's a joy. But, I was going to say, so I was in Tennessee, in Nashville, to go to Tunica so we could be in this sketch comedy festival that was in a giant silo. And, of course, Tunica, Mississippi has all these casinos that are along the river, and they're not actually... Gambling is illegal there, but they have this river, and they get around. They have these giant casinos on the land, and they'll just have like a dock out onto the river, and it'll be like, oh, it's like electricity when you're playing tag. Like we're kind of over the water a little bit, so the rest of this casino is grandfathered into casino. Makes no sense. Anyway, we did our sketch comedy show, and it went over very well. Recollecting, this is over a decade ago. But then a woman came up to the girl in our group and said, like, y'all aren't funny. Which I thought was hilarious. Because we had gotten a decent amount of laughs, but we dealt with some, we had a couple of HIV positive sketches that may not have gone over with the octogenarians in the buffet line at the casino. I wish I could remember the name of the casino. But there were a lot of cotton fields and a lot of mosquitoes. But that was the only external feedback that we got. It was like, you guys should stop doing what you're doing because it's not funny. I wonder if she's still around giving comedy feedback. I doubt it. If she is, she's probably at the Comedy Cellar. Was it? Or Joker's Comedy Cellar? Doesn't matter. We did have a free buffet and a cheap hotel, and it was a lot of fun. And it was one of those places where you could go and sit at the video poker, and as long as you were sitting there, you got free beer. So that was nice. So I did that a lot. Be like, put $1 in, wait for the guy to see me, be like, hey, can I get a Heineken? And the minute he gave it to me, cash out, walk away. I'm sure he's seen that trick before. He didn't care. But since I don't enjoy gambling or losing money, I didn't really enjoy the casino part. And it was a real, like, oxygen tank pullers casino kind of place, if you know what I'm saying. A real dead-enders casino. And then beyond that, Nashville, we went and saw Elvis's house. That was nice. You wear those, like, headsets, and so but you're also not supposed to go over things, and alarms go off when you, like, lean too far in to look at an exhibit, but you're wearing a headset, so you're not sure if it was you. It's very confusing, the self-guided tour. But we took care of business, TCB. If you like. Let me see who's left. It's just me and Laird now. Laird, are you still playing darts? I have not thrown a dart in anger in quite a while. Every once in a while, but it's one of those hobbies that when you tell people that I used to play darts, I was in a dart league, most people either are surprised that's a thing, or are kind of like, oh yeah, sure, I know those people. Oh, no darts. So sad. I don't know anyone who still plays darts. And that's fine, because going out to all those different crazy bars, I had fun, but at the same time, it was often the other bars, it was like, ugh. Getting into arguments with the people in their shitty bars about their shitty dart setups. Like, yeah, this makes no sense. It's 3 feet higher than it should be. But you should have complained earlier. Sorry, I got distracted by a person walking too close to the car. It was a lady. of the evening. Nope, she's just getting in her car. I don't think she was a prostitute. She may have been. But she may be a prostitute, but it has nothing to do with what just happened. So anyway, yep, here I am in the car, hanging out. Oh, I drew a drawing today. I as you may know, I've been drawing in, you don't want to be the old team on the guy, old guy on the team. That I understand that. But that's basically my situation in every situation I'm in, is the elder statesman of everywhere I go. So I feel what you're saying, but I try to own being the old guy in every situation, but not in a whippersnappery kind of, I'm old kind of way, but I use my AARP discount when I can. I don't have that yet, but I will. Why wouldn't I? So I've been drawing on the train, the Subway Project, as I call it, which is just started as an Inktober, sort of kick myself in the pants, go draw some people, and now I'm on my second book of people, and this is a guy I drew tonight, and then I drew it. I realized that it was an unflattering photo drawing, so I wrote, "Hey, mister, I drew your mugshot," because he did have a giant head, I'll say that. But he got up and left before I could finish the drawing, so some of it is by sort of filling out the details. And this is like a lady who was across the platform from me on 14th Street. She was wearing white pants, and she was sausaged into those, man. They were tight as can be. I have an issue with drawing baseball caps. They always come out wrong, so I've been trying to draw people with baseball caps when I see them. Let's see, what other drawings do I have in here? I also have a problem with drawing lenses the same size, but it all works out just because this one is extra wide. He's got a weird face. Who's to say that they aren't a weird, different shape? And let's see, what other... And sometimes I just draw a bunch of people that I see. And everyone's always looking down because I'm always standing above them while they look at their phones. Here's a gentleman in a giant hoodie. Let's see. This was a guy who was like asleep, and you could see he's like, just can only see his nose, and he had two giant hoods covering his face. So that was kind of fun to draw. The sleeping Asian guy. Let's see. Pregnant lady rocking out. I posted this one on my Instagram. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to draw these people. Sometimes they use a fatter pen, especially for people who have like major face definition stuff going on, like really deep crevices. It's fun. I'm always running the risk of like someone getting mad at me, or so you can tell when someone is watching you draw them, or can sense that you might be drawing them. So you're like, trying not to be all like, am I drawing your face right? Am I drawing this face right? But, yeah, I mean, in general, I enjoyed some of the drawings. I'm like, oh, that drawing's not so bad. And then, really my hands just want to keep drawing nonsense like this, because it's just, nonsense cartoon crap. But I'm trying to draw more people. I still don't, have any concept of, real body part length, like some, I know I should be drawing like the wireframes of the people and the, oval with the lines to indicate where the head is bisected and whatnot. I've never had the patience for that. I was thinking earlier today about when I used to go to the Art Students League with my friend Guy. I think we were like 9th or 10th grade. I was just so bad at, not drawing, but just bad at being still and like not wanting to talk the whole time and talk the radius. That's like, I wonder what my therapist would have to say about that. The idea of how many times in my life people have been like, Lou, calm down. Stop talking. Stop trying to make everyone laugh. Like that's a bad thing. Just trying to bring some levity into the world. Behind me you can see this, which is the frame of my awning for my building. The awning, apparently somebody climbed on it and tore holes in it, and then over time it deteriorated and became like flaps of rubberized canvas or whatever the fuck it's made out of. And we took it down, and we've been getting bids to replace it, and it's taking forever to get it replaced. I don't understand why. New York problems, you know what I'm saying? Maybe not. Maybe that happens everywhere. But for me, it's my New York problem. Enough with your pedantry. You don't need your correcting me. It's really unflattering. Yeah, it's been a weird year temperature-wise, continuing that trend. But something about fall just makes my whole body become red and itchy. Wish it would rain more. But it won't, because that's what I want, and I never get what I want. One interesting thing is that when I'm in this car with the light on and talking to myself into the phone, people stare at me. Not a lot. And I'm, they're not disturbed, but, it does attract attention, especially because I have to have the light on in the car now. And, I hope the light is okay. I was thinking about getting like some quarter white, lighting diffusion to sort of like soften the light coming out of these things. Because it's a little harsh. If I turn this one on, it's too much, right? That's like interrogation time, right? Like, we know you were there. We know you called her before you got there. And then, we picked you up. We know you were in the area. Admit it. I want a lawyer. That kind of thing. Yeah. Until I get, the money for the full Kinoflow, fluorescent, color temperature blue lighting rig for the front of the car, this is just going to have to do. Anyway, well, it's been nice chatting with you, Laird. I hope that Nashville is treating you well. Is that where those birds were that you were, the eagles or hawks or whatever, that you were filming them in their nest earlier in the year? I did see those animations or those videos posted of the fledglings, I guess you would call them, tiny eagles or something. But yeah, I haven't had anything like that. For when I lived at my mom's house, there were several years where we had falcons, peregrine falcons, on the roof. They were hawks. Oh no! I'm sorry that you're so lonely, Laird. That's sad. I'm sorry. I mean, the hawks can be your friends too, But we used to have falcons that lived in our on our roof, and there wasn't a nest up there, but like I went up there one time and I was like, what's this like dirty ball of paper, I thought, and I kicked it, and it was like a baby peregrine falcon that I kicked, and it was like flap, 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 and then went back into being a ball, and I was like, oh my god. And I was expecting the falcon to come swooping out and begin clawing at my face, but luckily that did not happen. And they used to be able to see them diving in our neighborhood, like killing pigeons and stuff. And many years later, I did catch video of a hawk eating a pigeon on the roof. there was construction scaffolding hanging over the building, a giant I-beam hanging over the side of the building, and the hawk was standing on the I-beam, and like, I have video of like the pigeon foot going like, it's nature's beauty, the savage beauty of nature. But yes, it's rare to see birds like that in the city nesting so closely, and you had a great view. Yeah, I hope you didn't see them. Like, remember, I don't know if I think it was like earlier this year or last year when like they were watching eagles, baby eagles being born, and then the mother eagle brought like a kitten and dropped it in there for the eagles to eat, and everyone was like, "Not a kitten! Ah! I love the birds, but let them eat, garbage animals, not precious cats." I mean, don't get me wrong, it was sad to see a kitten get eaten by the eagles, but people be too sensitive these days. You know what I'm saying? People get so worked up. Not me. I don't get worked up about anything. That is because I am on a boatload of prescription medicines to keep my personality in check. I'm doing great these days, thank you. I've got my hobbies, and they keep me busy. Do you collect thimbles too? But yeah. Well, it's that time again. My time in the car is done. Yeah, I'm glad you thought that the birds eating the kitten was disturbing. It is disturbing. But, when we were just watching the promo on, I think it's TLC or whichever channel does Drugs, Inc., which is a great show if you like learning about the ins and outs of the drug industry. I thoroughly enjoy it. There was a promo for some thing about lions or something that's coming up, and it has footage of like a leopard jumping into the water and like leaving with an alligator in his mouth. And I've seen that before, but it seemed like a different time. I didn't know how common that was, and I was like, oh shit. It's just not something you expect to see. Because you think of like alligators being kind of like apex predators, although they're kind of dumb and, not necessarily hunters, but more of like opportunity killers. Yeah, it was still disturbing to see a cat kill a gigantic alligator. But because you would think, what eats alligators? Nothing. But apparently it's lions and tigers and not bears. So no, oh my. Anyway, that's going to do it for me. I have to go find my son. Hopefully he is not in trouble. But, knowing him, he probably is. All right, thanks for sitting with me, Laird, and all the others who came and have left. I seriously appreciate it. It's better to be in here with people. Next time you can actually call in. You can actually call if you want to do a chat. We could talk. It's as long as my cell service holds out. But that's it for this episode of The Move Back with King Lou. We'll see you next week, Tuesday, when I will most likely have to move my car unless I get a Cuck Wednesday spot. We'll see you soon. Why is everyone coming here at the end? Why did everyone decide to join at the end? And now they all left because I said I was done. Oh, you bums. All right. See you later. Thanks for watching. Bye.